Steve needs to fly his helicopter at low altitudes over long distances as part of his work. Fortunately, his helicopter has 2 more blades than normal. What is his job? And again, Steve needs to fly his helicopter at low altitudes over long distances as part of his work. Fortunately, his helicopter has 2 more blades than normal. What is his job?
I have an idea. I'm not certain, so I'm just going to take a step back, but I have an idea.
No, this is happening again because 2 of us have an idea.
I know one job that you use very low-flying helicopters for.
So there are going to be 3 guesses here. We're going to have to talk it out between ourselves. Dan, you spoke up first.
Some form of forestry or lumberjacking.
I was thinking crop dusting. There are helicopter pilots who have 2 extra, they're not really blades, but they like things to throw out pesticides things on big fields.
And I was thinking cherry drying, because after a rain, helicopters will fly over fields low down to dry out the trees, so then the rot doesn't set in on the cherries.
Yes, this is, I think, California, somewhere like that, because a cherry crop can be ruined by one badly timed rainstorm.
Yeah.
So you have to dry them as quickly as possible. And there are cherry drying pilots on standby.
All very good ideas. All wrong, but that's okay.
Delivered perfectly there, Charlotte. Thank you very much.
Specific helicopter knowledge.
We have 3 nerds here who absolutely thought, we've got the answer to this one.
Nope. Perfect.
But I thought you might be right, Dan, from blades.
Yeah, so where are the blades going to be? They're not going to be the typical blades on the top of the helicopter or the one at the back. Is it going to be underneath? That's how I had it. I know there's been movies where you've got rotating saw blades underneath a helicopter, but
I mean, there haven't just been movies. There have been that's an actual thing that exists.
I've watched that. I've probably spent too long watching that on YouTube of people clearing forests next to power lines with what looks like a dangling set of circular saws beneath the helicopter.
Well, it doesn't look like it. It is.
I've also seen videos of people inspecting power lines from a helicopter. And what they do there is to stop arcing happening while they're inspecting the power line, the helicopter's hovering there, and then they stick out a rod, so then it is connected or touching or resting on the power line, so then the helicopter's at the same potential as the power line, and then it won't spark. So maybe they call that a blade?
This is the same reason that birds don't die if they land on a power line. Nothing's being earthed. So as long as the helicopter's safely tagged, it can work on live power lines. You can put someone on a live power line as long as you don't make a connection down to ground.
So why would the helicopter be making long straight lines then? Is it going along the power line?
I've seen people be dropped off by a helicopter. The helicopter jumps away, and then as the helicopter's coming back, the stick comes. 2 blades, one on the person and one on the helicopter, so they can Sistine Chapel their way together.
That's not really a blade, though, is it?
You guys are right with the power lines.
Ooh, okay.
Helicopters are used for remote power line inspection, where you can't. Or it's either a long distance, like it says in the question, or it's in the middle of nowhere. It's really hard to get to. So that is, that could be through forests or up deserts or.
I'm still hung up on the long straight lines bit. I think that's what's fooling me. So whether you're going to follow a path that's already there, hence long straight lines, or you're going to make a path.
No, I think that's you're following the power lines for some reason.
But okay,
because they are laid out in straight lines because it's cheaper.
But it's not the forestry. It's not chopping the trees down. It's something else.
So if it's not chopping trees, blade still implies some chopping. So I'd be very surprised if a helicopter-mounted pair of secateurs was chopping wire. Because those wires are massive, and the amount of tension on them would mean it would whip and hit the helicopter.
In both senses of the word tension.
Yeah.
It feels to me like it's not the most safe way of cutting down a power line, is to just chop through it with a helicopter. It feels slightly against health and safety.
So if they need a new round for Schlagden Star or whatever it's called. That's a very specific reference.
It is,
I got
it. But 2 of us appreciated it.
So what do you guys think would be the consequence if the blades didn't cut the power lines?
Oh, is it snippy bits on the end of the swishy bits of the helicopter in case the helicopter gets caught in the power lines? So it destroys the power grid, but it's more likely to not kill the pilots.
Very, very close. You're thinking along the right lines, pretty much there, as opposed to the snippy bits around the blades of an aircraft where it would still get caught. What do you think? How do you think these blades are positioned?
On the helicopter's toesies?
In the pilot's handsies, he's just got... you went with toesies, I'm going with handsies. He's just got a giant set of secateurs in case he needs to cut a wire?
Oh, on its tummy? On a little dangly thing on its tummy?
So the blades themselves are positioned above and below the helicopter, and they're used as sort of safety mechanisms for when a power line does come in contact with the helicopter. The blades themselves kind of lead the lines into the sharp part, and then they cut them without injuring the pilot themselves.
So if you accidentally fly up or down into a power line, it doesn't hit the rotor. It just slides down one of them, gets to the center, chop.
It's like when a musketeer does like a block and the other sword slides out of the way into the pommel.
Yes, it's essentially a defensive pommel, defensive hilt.
Yes, Steve works as an inspector for the electricity companies, and he's checking to find any problems that he may encounter in the power line network. The wire strike protection system was invented in the 1970s as a response to helicopter accidents that had struck electricity wires. It consists of 2 spikes at the front of the helicopter, one above and one below the cockpit. If a wire hits the aircraft, the spike guides the wire towards a hidden blade that slices the wire into 2. The helicopter can then make a safe landing.
I'm going to have a great time hyper-focusing on that later.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.